What's up, all you horror movie loving fuckers? I'm Jay, and welcome back to another episode of Triple FMK, where we watch the horror movies and we let you know if we would rather fuck it, marry it, or kill it. Hey, once again, I came across one. Wasn't in the plans. I came across a movie and decided to watch it, and I've actually done a couple this week. And normally I don't have a schedule, but there's a couple movies that I have watched, and now I want to do a show on them. So now I guess you could kind of say I have a schedule for this week anyway. But yeah, so I watched this one, and it was the one I'm going to cover today is going to be a 2010 American comedy horror slasher film. 2010, all about evil. I came across this on Shudder. I know a lot of people out there's got Shudder. If you don't have Shudder, you should go look it up. It's like $5 a month. Ton of horror movies, and so that's what I want to cover today. Got off work early, and that's always a fucking good thing. And decided I came home, scrolling through, looking for something to watch, and I had seen this one several times. I've come across it. I've even had it on my watch list, just never watched it. And so today I'm sitting there like, shit, I don't really know what I want to watch. So I decided to give this one a try. And once I was done with it, I was like, well, shit, get on here and talk about it a little bit because I'd never really heard nothing about it. I'd kind of seen it just scrolling through Shudder. So that's what I want to get on today and talk about. So if you're new to the show, I would invite everybody to go ahead and pull up your chair, gather around, get your favorite beverage. Here we go. If you're watching this on the YouTube, you'll be able to see that I'm holding my Yeti with my Gentleman and Jack. So this is it's a thing. I always have this with me when I do a show. So pull up a chair, get your favorite beverage, and we're gonna sit around here and we're just gonna kind of shoot the shit about this horror movie. And then I want to let you know if I'd rather fuck it, marry it, or kill it. Now, if you're new, first time, if somebody told you about this, or if you were scrolling through just random shit, if you were Googling shit shows and this thing popped up and you clicked on it, well, here, I watched the horror movie. Then I get on here and I rate it based off the old game that everybody has probably heard of. Somebody gives you 3 names, you got to decide which one you want to fuck, marry, or kill. Well, I do this with a horror movie. I rate it based off of, let's just say the kill is going to be the worst. Fuck is the middle. Marry is the best. Marry is that's your ride or die. That's the one you're going to spend every day with. You want to cuddle, hold hands, walk down the beach together. That's always by your side. It is your go-to. Always got your back. That's the movie. And then we get the fuck. The fuck is Lucy, for you, fuck is the friends with benefits. That is the one where it's not serious. You could just, call it up every now and then. You don't want to spend your life with it. You don't want to spend every day with it. But every now and then, you can that's your go-to. That's the one that is going to get your fix in whenever you need it. That's the one that you can go to when you're sitting around one night. You don't know what you want. You don't know. You just ain't really feeling anything. But then you think, well, shit, I got that one that I could just pop in. That movie that you put in sometime, it could just be in the background playing. You're maybe doing something around the house. It's in the background playing. That's that one you just pop in and just have it going. That's the one you call up when you need that fix. The friends with benefits. Then we got the kill. Kill is the worst. Kill is the one that, that's the fucking sea donkey. That's the one you panicked at the bar one night because everybody else was taking some ass home with them. You panicked. You looked around like, well, shit, I can't be the only one going home without something on my arm. So you just panicked. You went for it and you did it. You took the sea donkey home. You fucked the sea donkey. You woke up the next morning. You looked over there. Sea donkey's laying on your arm. and all you want to do is fucking reach over and gnaw that fucking arm off just so you can get away from the sea donkey and get out of there without that thing waking up and just be done with it. You want to forget about it. That's that movie, The Kill. You watched it one time, it's a one and done. You never want to see it again. It's forgettable. You're never even going to think about it again. That's The Kill. That's the sea donkey. So that's how I rate it. Now, some of the housekeeping stuff. If you've listened to any of the past episodes, if you have liked, commented, if you have subscribed, followed along, I 100% appreciate it. Thank you very much. If you're new to this, we're on all the social media: Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok. Fright Flick FMK. It's on the border. If you're watching this on YouTube, it's on the border. The links will be in the description. There's a link to the website, frightflickfmkpodcast.com. That link, that website will give you, it's like a one-stop shop. You can get everywhere on that website. It's got links to all the social media. It's got links to the podcast sites where you can listen to this. It's got links to the YouTube where you can watch the video version. There's links to the Fright Flick store where you can go get you some Triple FMK merchandise. So that's all there. And I have recently updated and started a Patreon. The link is on the website. The Patreon link will take you there. I have 3 tiers to the Patreon. And I got this pulled up because if you've listened to me before, my memory's not that great, so I have to have this pulled up. So I will be trying to read this. But I broke it down into 3 tiers. The same way I do the show. I got a fuck, marry, and kill. Kill is the lower tier. That's the $3 a month, just basic $3. That's for general support. That will also get you, though, into the Discord. There is a Triple FMK Discord that I've started. So that would get you into that. That $3 tier will also get you the weekly episode a day before everybody else gets it. So if it releases on Friday, the Patreons will get it on that Thursday. It will be uploaded into the Patreon. So that will be the kill. I also have a fuck tier. I just like saying the word fuck. The fuck tier is the same thing as the first one. You're going to get access to the Discord. You're going to get an early release on the episodes. You also, because on the Discord, I'm starting a monthly shoot the shit meeting. Not really a meeting. It's just a hangout once a month. If you're in the Discord, if you're in the fuck tier, you will come out. We will do a thing once a month. We'll just get in there and this is shoot the shit. We talk about anything, everything. Nothing's off limits. And whether it be movies, just random bullshit. It's just to get in there and shoot the shit video kind of thing and just talk, ask questions, recommend shit, So just to be more on a personal level. And like I said, you also get the early access to the episodes. Also in that, you will also get to recommend a film, a movie, a horror movie for us to discuss on a future episode. So if it's one I haven't done, you get to recommend a movie and I will cover that horror movie. So that's going to be part of the fuck tier. Then we move on. And like I said, the kill tier is $3 a month. The fuck is $5 a month. And then I got the marry tier, $10 a month. Now on the marry tier, you will get exclusive episodes that come out early. You'll get those early, the day early, like everybody else. You're also going to get bonus episodes, because sometimes when I do this show, if you followed along, I'll watch a movie and just throw an episode up, not really based off a schedule, just based off of what I watched. So that is how I'm going. Those episodes, those bonus ones, you're looking at 1 to 2 a month that will be exclusive for the marry tier Patreons. Those episodes will get uploaded there and you'll be able to listen to those episodes. Part of the marry tier, you will also get producer credits for the show. I will give you credit on this show for helping me produce and help supporting this show. You'll also get unedited versions of this. Sometime when I do shows, I shoot the shit with, if I have visitors or if I fuck up in the beginning trying to start this thing off, I take all that stuff out. So there will be unedited versions of the weekly episodes that will be uploaded into the Patreon for the Merry Tears to listen to. I also have some Fright Flick FMK stickers that if you join that tier, I will mail you the triple FMK stickers. There are some official fuckhead stickers. So that will be part of the Merry tier. And once again, you'll have same thing as everything. You have access to the Discord. You'll be a part of the Shoot the Shit, but you will get the bonus episodes. You will get the unedited versions of the episodes. So all of that support will go to the show, and anything, I appreciate it. I'm going to still be on here talking about horror movies because that's what I love to do. If you're on the website, there's also a buy me a coffee. So if you just want to make a one-time donation to the show, that's fine too. Anything you've seen is greatly appreciated. And I think that's it for the housekeeping stuff. I don't like spending a lot of time on that stuff. I just kind of like to get into the movie. But so this one, All About Evil, 2000. I don't think I forgot anything. Yeah, I don't think so. Well, oh well. If I did, hit me up, let me know. So here we go with the 2010. Everybody got your chairs pulled up, got your drinks. Hold on one second. That's my gentleman and Jack break. Thank you. That will happen numerous times throughout the show if you are new to this. So All About Evil, 2010. When I pulled up the description, it said 2010 American black comedy slasher film. Now, I'm surprised they still able to say that shit. But American comedy horror film. It's a slasher type thing. Now, this was a directorial debut of Joshua Granell. I think I'm saying it right. Granell, Grannell. And he also wrote the script. So we're going to get right in. This one stars a couple. And this is what made me, when I looked at the description on it, this one kind of really pulled me in. This stars Cassandra Peterson. And if you don't know who that is, then you need to go find out. Cassandra Peterson. She plays Linda Thompson in the movie, but Sandra Peterson also plays the great Elvira and Mistress of Darkness. I have a poster of her. You can't see it because this is whatever, but I have a poster of her. I'm a huge fan of her. It's been a crush of mine from a long time ago. Still is a crush. But she plays in this. And when I seen her in it, I was like, well, man, I want to see it for that. This movie also stars Natasha Lyonne. You may recognize the name. She played in Orange is the New Black. She also played in the American Pie movies. There's a couple other things I just went blank on. But she plays Debbie Tennis is who she plays. She's going to be our main character in this thing. We're going to have Stephen Thompson, who is Linda's son. Stephen, played by Thomas Decker, who's another main character. So a lot of these names in this thing, I may forget them. A lot of times I give nicknames as I go, so that's fine. That's how I do it sometimes, how I remember shit. But one that stood out on this one, though, is had to pull this up. The one who directed and produced and did everything for this thing and wrote the script was Joshua Granell. He also plays a very popular in the San Francisco area, a popular drag queen, Peaches Christ. And I didn't realize it when I was watching the movie. He played Peaches Christ in the movie, and I didn't realize it until after I'd kind of looked up some info on it that he actually was the director of it and wrote it. So kudos to him. So we're going to get into this thing now. That stuff so with. So this thing is going to start off, and I think it was like 1984. It's just in the 80s. We got Deborah, like I said. Oh, because I forget all their first real name, Natasha Lyonne, but she is at a talent show. It's not really a talent show. Her father owns a place in San Francisco called the Victoria Theater. And so he does horror movies and stuff like that there. So it's a You can tell it's like a little, maybe like a little struggling type theater. Well, he has his daughter, Deborah. She is getting ready to go on stage, and it's like an intro song that she's going to do for the upcoming movie that's about to show. And the mother of her is played by, her name's Tammy. Well, she's on stage also kind of off to the side. Well, when Deborah gets up there to sing, people are kind of giggling at her, laughing at her. You know, she can't carry a fucking tune in the bucket and sounds like shit. While she's up there trying to sing, Deborah pisses herself. Like she got a dress on, so she pisses herself while singing. Now, she fought through it. She kept singing as piss ran down her leg and onto the floor. But there was a microphone that she was singing into. Microphone cord was on the ground. Well, apparently it had a little break in it. So, you know, it had the electricity, and then the PP hit was in on the cord. So the cord now is electrified, and so is the microphone that she's singing in front of. Well, she grabs this microphone, and then it like shocks the shit out of her. Doesn't kill her. Daddy comes over there, grabs her. Everybody in the theater kind of panics. Mom Tammy is over there fucking laughing her ass off at it. Like, I don't understand. Maybe Tammy was a stepmom, you know, maybe Tammy was the one, you know, real mom passed away. I don't know. But she was a bitch. So she's over there laughing. Dad, you know, holding little girl. She ain't dead. She kind of opens her eyes. Well, then we're going to jump forward. We jump forward. I think I read it was like 16 years. Now Deborah is older. She is now working at a library. And so she's getting ready one night to leave the library. She's talking to the library lady. I don't remember her fucking name either. We're going to call her library lady, nicknames. And she's talking to her. And she's basically telling her, like, you know, dad has passed away. Deborah's dad has passed away. And so Deborah is basically trying to keep the theater up. She's trying to keep it going, don't want it to die out. You know, that was her dad's dream, to have this theater and all this stuff. So the librarian lady's talking to her out front when she's getting off work. She's getting ready to go to the theater. And this is when you kind of notice that Deborah's got a little bit of fucking crazy in her, because the library lady's talking to her about, you know, she can't keep this going. Maybe she should look into whatever, basically trying to like piss on her dream. And Deborah kind of has this little breakdown, like, Daddy always says the show must go on. And she shows up a little, she puts up her crazy fucking flag at that moment. And you're going, all right, I don't know if you're just that fucking batshit crazy, or did the electricity in that little microphone that day scramble your fucking brains, and now you're just, you know, borderline nuts. So she leaves, she goes to the theater. This is you know, she's running this thing basically by herself. It's her, and she's got this old man that basically was the projection dude, Mr. Twiggs, played by Jack Donner. Mr. Twig looked like he about in his fucking 70s or 80s, maybe. But he's like the projection guy. He's the one that sits up in the booth, pushes play, does all that good shit. So they go into the theater that night. Deborah and him go in there. He basically tells her that he's there to help her and support her, because now she's got all this on her own. She's trying to keep it going. So he's like, you know, I got you. I'm going to help you no matter what you need. So it shows her in the theater at the little concession stand, you know, and this isn't like the shit nowadays. You go to movie theater, you got this fucking smorgasbord of different snacks you can get. You know, this theater gave you two fucking options. You got popcorn and you got a soda. And that was about it. So she's standing there. One of the little fans of hers, I guess the weekly guy that comes in, Stephen Thompson, teenage kid, looked like he's in high school. But he comes in, I guess he's like the regular. He's a big horror fan. You know, he apologizes to her about her dad, and, you know, her dad was the one that got him into horror and all this stuff. Well, Mr. Twigs comes up in there. Mr. Twigs says, hey, I need to go get some mouthwash. Came out of nowhere. I don't understand what he needed the mouthwash for. He just came down, opened the door, and said, hey, I need to go get some mouthwash. I don't know what that meant, you know. So she's like, okay, be back. We're opening up in 10 minutes. Twigs walks outside, going down the sidewalk. Here comes Mama Tammy, the bitch, the cunt, coming down the sidewalk. And she basically talking shit. She pulls out her cigarette, and then he like fumbles. She wants him to light it for her, and you can tell like she just thinks that people should bow down and kiss her fucking ass. And she's just like talking shit to Twigs, like, oh, we're going to sell the theater. And he's like, no, you can't do this. I've been here for all these years. And she was like, well, it's time for you to find out something else to do. Blah, blah, blah. It's all about the money she wants to get rid of. So Twigs goes on about looking for his mouthwash. Tammy, the mama, goes up to the theater. And this is what made me wonder if she was a stepmom, because when she walked in, Deborah was kind of like, oh, hey, mom. And then Tammy was like, oh, you don't have to call me that anymore. So I'm thinking she was a stepmom. But she's basically telling her, like, hey, I need you to sign these papers. We're going to fucking sell the theater. And so she comes in behind the counter. She's kind of threatened Deborah. And she like grabs her. She's like, you're going to sell it? Deborah's like, no, I'm not. So she grabs her by the hand. And Tammy grabs Deborah by the hand and puts her hand on like the popcorn popper. I guess that thing was bad. It was hot, like burning her hand. She's like, yes, I'll sign type shit. So mom comes back around the counter. Her and Deborah are talking, and she's basically like, she gives her the pen, and fucking Deborah and her mom just going at her. Her mom just talking shit to her. And Deborah fucking snaps, like right here in front of the concession stand counter, snaps. So she has this pen. She fucking stabs Tammy in the neck. Blood going everywhere. Tammy goes down. Then Deborah, once again, freak flag is a flying, gets down on top of her, pulls the pen out, and just starts fucking stabbing the shit out of her. Blood's going everywhere. Deborah's all like, blood, rubbing the blood on her, giving her a little self a fill up with the blood, and just the crazy thing is, though, there are cameras inside the theater, security cameras, of course. So all this has been recorded. So people are already in the theater before mom comes in and shows her ass. People are already in there, already came in, got their ticket, wanting to see the movie. So Twigs is still gone. Twigs ain't come back from the mouthwash yet. Deborah, panicking now, covered in some blood. Mom's still down there on the floor. People out in the theater are chanting, play the movie. They're ready to see their damn movie. So Deborah's panicking. She runs upstairs to the projection room, and she starts pushing all kind of fucking buttons. Like, she don't know what the hell she's doing. She's not Mr. Twigs. So she's just pushing shit. All these other buttons. And then she comes across one, the old typical VCR look where you got stop, pause, play, and she pushes play. What she did not realize is when she pushed play on the security cameras. So the security camera footage is now playing out in the theater for everybody to see. They're seeing Mama Tammy come up in there, her and Deborah getting into it. They're sitting there arguing. Sees the whole thing. The whole time, Deborah's trying to stop the fucking video. Now, all of a sudden, the stop button don't work. None of that shit works. And it's still playing. And she's got that window. She can look out there in the theater and see them all sitting there watching this thing. Well, then Mr. Twigs comes back in. When he comes in, he sees dead body Tammy down there on the fucking floor. And he kind of don't know really what's going on, but then he opens up the theater door to go into the theater, and he sees the video playing. And when he sees Deborah on top of her just stabbing her and killing her, he starts smiling. He liked it because he didn't like that bitch Tammy. Now with fucking bitch Tammy out of the way, they're not going to sell the theater. So she's got this video playing. When it's done playing, they all stand up and applaud. They think this is like a short film type thing. And they're all applauding. Well, then Deborah's kind of like, oh shit. Because Deborah always wanted to be a movie star. She always wanted to be a star. Never did. But now she's seeing this reaction. These people are liking this. And so we jump forward a little bit. My man Twigs has got her back. He meant it when he said, I want to help you no matter what. Twigs drags dead Tammy's ass upstairs into the attic. Not really the best way to get rid of a body, but hey, takes it upstairs. Him and Deborah are talking. Deborah's like, isn't the smell going to be noticed? And he's like, nope, too far up in the attic, nobody will notice it. So stacking bodies up there in the attic. And so now Deborah's kind of got this little taste for this real-time horror short films. And so she's got a plan now where she's going to start filming these live murders. And next victim is a lady that comes into the theater to watch the movie. And she's talking to her. Lady comes in, wants a drink. And she basically tells her, like, I'm new to the town. You know, she just moved there, so nobody really knows her. Well, that was just, the light bulb went off for Deborah. Ain't nobody gonna fucking miss you, bitch. So she sits there, she spikes her drink, goes into the theater, watches the movie. Well, then when the movie's over, everybody leaves. Well, passed out girl, the one she drugged, is still in the theater by herself. She wakes up, nobody's there, everybody's gone. Well, then she can't get out, so she starts kind of looking her way through there. Here comes old Twigs. Twigs comes out with this little like robe thing type shit on. He's holding a camera and a fucking axe. He's recording her while he's about to attempt to kill her. Well, then this old girl, you know, and like I said, spoilers in this movie. I spoil every movie pretty much that I talk about on here. But this is 2010, so hopefully you've seen it. Well, hell, I say that and I just fucking seen it. But so there's gonna be spoilers. And I'll talk about everything toward the end. But she's running away, and you know, and then old man Twigs is chasing her. He gets her into the back of the theater type area, and he's still filming her. She's up against the wall. He swings the axe at her, misses her, hits the wall, and then when she goes to run, he grabs her by her like shirt. Now, I always say in a horror movie, if you're going to, you know, the cheaper production type movies, the lower budget ones, you know, sometimes not as great. But you know what they do sometimes to balance that out? They give you a good set of boobies. And that's exactly what we had here. Twigs grabs her shirt, rips her shirt off, bam, we got a nice set of boobies. Kudos. I enjoy boobies. And so she's like running. Twigs is chasing her. She comes around the corner, and this door finally opens. She comes in there, and then we got Deborah sitting there in like this I don't remember the time, like medieval type shit, you know, and she's sitting there, and the girl comes in, kneels down beside her, and is like, oh, you gotta help me, and she's like talking to herself, why are you dressed like that? Well, then here comes Twigs with the camera. Deborah stands up, she starts doing some medieval talking, and next thing you know, we got us a guillotine. Twigs has built a fucking guillotine to kill this old girl. All this has been videoed for the movie. And so at one point you hear Twigs, you hear something beating off to the side, and Twigs is trying to get her head into the hole that he made in the guillotine. Well, he didn't make the hole big enough for her head to go through. He's like beating her head against it, won't go through. You know, Deborah's talking shit to him like, I gave you a fucking book. Did you not read the book? So I'm assuming was there like, did she like find on Google the steps how to build a guillotine? Whatever it was, but Twigs did not follow it the right way, didn't get the hole big enough. But Deborah, being the creative genius that she is, looks at the hole. And as I'm watching it, I put two and two together. I got this little, not so big of a hole in the guillotine. I got a lady standing over here with two nice little boobies just swinging free. Then, y'all know what's coming. Bam. The camera's on her. Old girl got her fucking one of her titties in the hole. Like he got her held up against the guillotine with the titty hanging out. And as he's talking to her, bam, guillotine comes down, straight off, cuts the old titty off. The titty falls on the floor, and you know, old girl screaming. We got a perfectly good titty on the floor. But then can't have one without the other. Switches it, other titty goes up in there, guillotine drops, boom, two boobies on the floor, two perfectly nice boobies on the floor. Old girl gets out, and she just like goes against the wall and kind of dies off. And cuts it like that's the next short film that's going to play in the theater. So now they're starting to get a little following. The theater's popping, man. Everybody's getting into this, you know. And so before I go too much into it, I kind of got you into how this thing's going to go. Deborah's got a taste. for the killing. She's got a taste for the fame. She's got a taste for the attention. She gets very snobby, very kind of bitchy type way about her, like she's, thinks she's all that shit, And she even starts, her name is no longer Deborah. I think she wants everybody to call her Deborah. Yeah, Deborah, when she starts getting a little famous. Like I said, the theater's booming, butts are in the seats. She had a dream. Daddy always wanted to see the theater packed out. Well, now it is. We got people coming there to see these short films. But like I said, it all starts kind of piling up. She finally goes and gets her some help. She gets her a couple twin girls. She gets her this little fucking junkie on the street, and she's got her little crew now to make these movies. And not going to get into the end, not going to spoil all of it. This is kind of, I've gotten you into how this thing's going to roll, and I don't want to give it all away. So I'm going to talk about the cast a little bit. The cast was good. Had some, I was a fan. Cassandra Peterson, my bad. Elvira. She just plays a mother, don't have a whole lot, but everybody in this movie was what it was supposed to be. Not an A movie, but if I think about, hang with me real quick. Let's just say you got a local movie theater in your town, and let's just say they have midnight matinees. People come up there on like a Friday night or something like midnight to watch these movies. Those movies are not your, millions and millions of dollar type movies. A lot of those are your little smaller ones because they're not selling a lot of tickets to that. A lot of people's not coming to the midnight showing. And so you have these movies that play. Well, this movie would be one of those that you would catch at a midnight matinee. Hold on one second. I was a gentleman Jack break. Thank you. But this movie is one of those that would be in something like that. Is it cheesy? Yes. Does it have some funny stuff? Yes. Does it have some shit where you're going, oh, really? What the fuck? Yes, it does. But it's meant to be that way. It has a old school slasher type feel to it. The older movies where, when the people would scream, you could tell it was a fake scream type. It had that feel to it of an old school slasher, and had some good blood, had some good killing. I'm a fan of the blood and the killing. Nothing insane, cutting off of the boobies, but the bodies will stack up. It will all come to a head, but overall the story in this thing was good. The kills were good. So like I said earlier, I rated fuck it, marry it, or kill it. And so for this one, it was easy. I had my mind made up halfway through it that it was going to be a fuck for me because it was fun. It could be a friends with benefit type movie. I enjoyed watching it. I enjoyed some of the comedy to it. I enjoyed some of the cheesiness to it. It was good, So I'm going to fuck it. I enjoyed this movie. I am glad I finally sit down and watched it because it's been on my watch list for a minute. Had a good time with it. I definitely recommend it. Like as I tell people every time, all the time I tell people, go watch it and check it out. Have your own opinion of it. I read, you could go through and read reviews and stuff like that, and don't let that type of stuff kind of turn you away. What I may find shitty, somebody else may find really good. Another man's trash is another man's treasure type shit. Somebody may hate it, but you may love it. So it's a fuck for me. I had a good time with it. I will go back and I would sit down and watch this again with someone if they wanted to watch it. So yeah, that's going to do it for this episode. Once again, thanks for hanging out. Thanks for, spending a few minutes with me. All About Evil 2010 on Shudder. I think if you got AMC Plus, I think AMC is part of Shudder or whatever, but you can watch it there too. But yeah, go watch it. Go check us out on social media. Go on if you check us out on YouTube, go subscribe, go like, leave a comment. Same thing on the Spotify or any of the podcasts. 5-star reviews, I welcome them. Whatever your review is, I just like the interaction. So swing by, let us know what you think about the movies. Yeah, but I think that's going to pretty much wrap it up. But like I said, thank you again for spending a few minutes with me, listening to me talk shit about a movie, shooting the shit. But hey, go check us out on the website, frightflickfmkpodcast.com. Check us out on all the social media sites. Now, for the ones who've been here a minute, you know the deal. For the new people that just your first time joining us, this is that part of the movie where you gather up all your shit. You go put your chairs away. You grab your drinks. And you get the fuck out of here.